The last spell is out officially. I've played it on my channel before when it was in early access, but this is the actual official released version of the game, and I'm very excited. My Steam stats tell me that I've been playing this game for 92 hours. I think that's a lie. I think that that's actually partly because I keep leaving it on while going and doing other things and then coming back to it at different times during the day, and I'm pretty sure it counts those hours as gameplay hours. But I do play it a lot. I do really, really like this game. The basic setup is, if you're not familiar with it, it's kind of a roguelike tactical game where every night your town gets attacked by monsters and you have to fight them off while this mage in the middle tries to complete this spell that will destroy magic forever and remove the danger of these encroaching demons from the universe. And so, it's a pretty straightforward setup. I've got these 4 heroes that I'm playing. And I get to keep recruiting new heroes if these ones die. I keep getting to level up these heroes. I keep adding on to my base each turn. And basically, I'm trying to last a certain number of nights until this spell can be completed. And if I do, then I can move on to another harder town to defend, until finally I've completed the last spell and the demons are destroyed. So for right now, so this is actually day 5. I've been developing, you can see I've been building up my walls, I've been leveling up my characters, improving their equipment. And so this night, I know in advance that we're going to get some demons attacking from this direction and some demons attacking from this direction. So I've split up my troops to defend both sides. If you don't build an inn and recruit more troops, you start with only 3 troops. So if you don't build an inn and recruit a new one, you can end up being really screwed over when they start splitting their attacks. But I've got this one who's armed with a book, which lets him do a certain number of magic spells. This one's got a pistol. These 2 are both really good at taking out groups of enemies. Over here, we've got a character who's got a sword and a character who's got a scepter. They're going to be a little bit more hard pressed to stay on top of the sheer numbers of enemies. So I'm hoping fewer enemies attack from this side, but you never quite know what's going to happen. But that's the setup. So let's just get into the gameplay and see what happens. So you can see there's this cloud that hides the monster's numbers. You can see they're back in there, but you can't interact with any of them in the cloud. You can only fight the ones that have emerged from the cloud. So each of my characters, they've got a lot of movement on this character. I think I've been leveling up their movement. So my character with the scepter, she's got this set of abilities. She's got a magical bash that she can do, which I think, let me try to see, what does this one do? When I use it on an enemy, this just attacks one particular enemy. That's right. This one propagates and hits multiple enemies. So, but you can see it costs more action points, costs an additional action point, and it costs some mana. So I want to use this as much as I can, but eventually it's going to run out, so I have to be careful. So let's move her a little closer to these enemies so that she's in range, and then let's pick one of these enemies to be the first target of this attack. So she attacks, and then it propagates and hits a bunch of other enemies. And she can do this twice per turn. So she's going to attack this guy with it. So all of these enemies are now stunned and damaged. So next turn, I'll probably be able to take a bunch of them out. With my remaining single action point, there's a couple of things that I can do. Now, right now, if I hold the Alt key, I can see the enemies can advance this far. And so I actually want to back her up a little bit before she's done. But before I do that, let's just take one more enemy out with that solo attack. And then let's back up one step so that they can't get any closer, can't get close enough to attack me. By the way, so the last time I played this game in early access, this Alt button I don't think existed. This Alt button that tells you where all the enemies can get. You could hover over a particular enemy, and you can see where they could get, like this guy right here. You can see that he can advance up that far, but you would have to do manual checking originally. So the fact that now you can hit the Alt button and just see where every enemy's going to be is really, really convenient. So this character, with their sword, they have got a lot of abilities that let them sort of pop around and like hit enemies. Like, for instance, if I move up here, she can use this ability to slash through all 3 of those enemies and do serious damage to them. And then she can kill that guy. But each time she attacks, she moves in the direction that she attacked. So she can actually get herself kind of stuck in a corner this way if we're not careful. So this guy, he's heavily armored, so none of those attacks have actually hurt him. So I'm going to try to hit him one more time. Yes, got rid of him. And then I'm going to back up again so that these enemies can't get to me. Okay, so this side, I've buttered them up as well as I can. Let's go over to this side. So my character with the... So we got fewer enemies advancing on us. And I don't think I can damage the enemies in the back. I'm actually tempted to just let these enemies get closer to me first, so there's more of them. Like, I could use some of my, like, longer range attacks, like my pistol shot here, to hit individual guys. And that's worthwhile, but I kind of don't want to use any of my fancier attacks that can hit multiple enemies, because it's not gonna, they'll be wasted. A lot of the enemies in the back are just not gonna be hit. So I'm gonna, how far back do I need to go? Okay, I'm gonna back up and use this armor ability to protect myself from unexpected danger. And then similarly, let's get a little closer. Oh, right, I forgot. This character has got abilities that reach much further. I didn't have to approach that close. But I'm going to use this. This is like a... What is this spell called? This is a Shadow Bolt. It looks like a person holding a magical brick. So I feel like I'm just hitting them with magical bricks. Yeah, so I'm just going to peck around the edges of this group and then turn on my dodge ability. And then I think I'm going to stay right here because none of the enemies can reach me. Okay, so that was my first turn. Let's end my turn and see what the enemies do. By the way, I should greet some people in my chat. Tendalense's here, and so is Monsieur Seiko. And Tetsuo the Zombie. Good to have you here, too. Oh, so Tendalense is asking if I changed my streaming time or if it's just daylight savings time in the U.S. It's daylight savings time in the U.S. because people are stupid and we can't have nice things. So, this attack hits a lot of enemies. So I'm going to use, now that the enemies have stepped out, I'm going to use this one. And it doesn't kill them all, but it certainly does a bunch of damage. Before I go any further, let's also use a propagating ability from this character. It hits a bunch of people. And then, so this is another one of these heavily armored guys. Getting through their armors is really tough. There are some weapons you can have that penetrate armor, but I don't think I have any of those. So let's hit him with this and see how much we can take down his armor. Barely at all. We're not making a huge difference on this guy. And I'm starting to get nervous. So I don't think any of the enemies are going to reach base. So yeah, nope, that just hit his armor. I didn't do anything with that. So, okay. Well, that's all this character can do. So we're going to back up a little bit. This character can still shoot people. So let's see if I can shoot this guy enough. Yes, to take him out. Okay, good. Those guys with a lot of health are really scary. So, all right. I think we've done everything we can do on this side. Let's go over to this side. Okay, so the enemies are definitely getting closer, and they're arranging themselves in a way where I can't very effectively use some of my favorite abilities. So I'm going to need to hit this one with my basic sword hit. Holy crap, what? Okay, that person is tougher than I expected them to be. Let's zap through that guy, and zap through that guy, but then we're basically done. Looks like, oh wait, I can use this once without any actions? Oh my, so I've got an offhand weapon, which I haven't really spent a lot of time learning how they work. Apparently this offhand weapon can be used without expending anything. Oh gosh, the enemies are gonna get right up to the gate this time. That makes me nervous. Okay, well let's pull back here. Let's see if this character can do anything about that. So, one thing I definitely want to use is this propagating ability on the crowd to take some people out. Let's go try to use it again over here on some of these enemies, which stuns them as well. But then we got these guys. These are the ones who are going to make it all the way to the gate. We would like them not to do that. Okay, cool. So that character was the one who's going to make it all the way to the gate. So actually, I don't need to retreat quite as far. This character's also going to make it all the way to the gate, and there's not much I can do about it. Luckily, the fences are strong, and we can end our turn. One hero didn't move. I don't care. Tetsuo the zombie says, Daylight Savings Time kicked my ass. Weren't we supposed to get rid of it? Oh, yes. Everyone wants to get rid of it. No one wants Daylight Savings Time. Except we also just, in the United States, never have the political will to do anything. Honestly, like, I think if... right now, if somebody came to the floor of the Senate or the House and introduced a bill like that, somebody would find a reason to fight against it just because of what party they belong to or something. So yeah, America's busted, and we can't have nice things. All right, so I'm gonna try to do as much damage as I can with this character, but then let's see. Okay, so we can take that character out, we can take that character out, and then I think my best next move, since, yeah, most of these characters are not going to make it to the edge, is to try to take these guys out, because they're very mobile, and they're going to get up to the edge and start causing problems. Okay, almost took them out. Not quite. We guess we'll see how that plays. And then... let's get this character up here. So these guys are starting to be a little bit overwhelmed. I'm kind of nervous. I think these guys are doing slightly better. So let's see. So let's hit them with my shotgun blast. So a lot of the time, you want to attack the back ranks and not the front ranks, because overall, eventually you're going to have to kill all these enemies. And... you know, the night isn't going to end until they're literally all dead. And so, even if there are enemies who are closer to the gates that you might be smart to attack, sometimes you'll avoid attacking them just because you can do more overall damage by attacking the back ranks where the enemies are thicker. So yeah, I think that this guy is probably one of the ones who's going to be advancing the most. So let's try to take him out, or damage him at least. And then I've got this like scroll type thing that I can use, but yeah, actually let's use it. Kill a bunch of enemies, back off, and I think we are good. Let's end the turn. Yeah, one hero didn't move. I don't care. It's fine. So, Coalición, if you want to, could you quote the poll to me real quick? Because I don't think Coalición is running a poll in the chat and wonders if I want to participate, but I don't want to click away from the game because I'm not exactly sure what will happen. Okay, so we've got... yeah, so these guys, again, I think are kind of doing okay. Let's see, what's the largest number? This is 5, this is 6. This is also 6. I guess I'll do this. And then this character right here. Getting a little too close. This character's getting a little too close. And that character's getting too close. There we go. Okay. And then let's take out the characters that are too close. This one. And then let's use our propagating spell to do a bunch of damage to a bunch of characters. And then take out one more. All right. And again, we are safe from the advancing enemies. So let's move down here. Oh, holy crap. Okay, okay. This is looking bad. All right. So again, I feel like I need to use my propagating ability where it will be most effective. That means over there with the big crowd. But I need to seriously start taking these folks out. So let's take them down as far as we can. And then I've got an ability that lets me execute enemies that have very low health. So I can do that to take one of them out. But then I've still got all those others that are really close. I'm wondering... Oh, dang. Okay, so... They need my help on the other side. I wonder, can I get there? By doing this. And then shooting through this enemy. Shooting through these enemies. And then killing that enemy. Yes! So that's what the sword is for. It's for like cutting your way through ranks of enemies and moving much further than you normally could. Now I'm out of everything now. So yeah, I think these characters probably need to hide a little bit. Let's keep them as close as we can to the action. But yeah, let's put them back there. So yeah, hopefully I haven't screwed myself and like unbalanced my characters a little bit. Okay, so they're going to start banging on the walls. If they break any walls and get in, they start panicking my people, which actually reduces my rewards. And reducing the rewards can be pretty bad because those rewards are what you depend on to stay ahead of the enemies. All right, so let's use our propagating attack to damage them as much as we can. I wonder, can I try to stun these characters, even though... Oh, yeah, or kill them. That also works. And then let's not use the rest of my abilities until we've seen what the swords person can do. So, not killed, but can we execute them? We can't. They're not quite low enough to execute. Okay. Well, let's slash through these guys. And then... Oh, wait. We got an execute. Can we execute this one? Oh, we can. Great. And then we can move one step further forward and then slash through them again. And then execute this one. So we're not doing the best job of protecting our gates because we keep going after the second rank. But I think this is still the right strategy. Okay, so now I can take out 2 more enemies. So let's try to take out some that... Oh, I need... Oh, this shieldy character is blocking my line of sight. Okay, whatever. I'll take out these guys. And then run and hide. Okay. Over here, again, is going a little bit better. Let's go right here and shotgun that whole crowd. Yeah, I'm feeling like I probably should have arranged my characters slightly differently. Because it looks like these guys are more than capable of handling what's going on this side of the map. This guy with a magic brick. Hit these guys with a plus-shaped attack. And just back up a little bit. Back up a little bit. Okay, yeah, these guys are doing fine. So Sangatsu says, am I misremembering things, or did you play this game once on the stream already? I played this game twice on the stream already, but it was in early access, and now it's the proper game. And there's a lot of, actually, I should mention, like, what's new in the game. So, since the last time I played, they've added boss battles, which is an experience I haven't had before. They've also really, really cleaned up the character leveling up system. For a while, the character leveling up system was one of the things in the game that I didn't love because they didn't have a really clear, obvious value established for each thing that you could buy for your characters. Some of them, some of the sort of benefits of leveling up had kind of dubious value. And it was hard for me to, like, so I always just sort of picked the same handful of things that seemed valuable. They have reduced the number of options and really focused them on things that do feel valuable. So I feel like, you know, they took something that could have been a weakness in the game and they really made it a strength. So I figure we'll end up seeing that firsthand at the end of this episode, probably. presuming I even get through it all. So yeah, we're good there. We're good there. Now, this disaster over here, it's going to be a problem. All right, again, this propagating attack is one of my only options for trying to clear out space up front. It's not doing a lot, though. I guess we'll just do it again. Okay, so it stuns a lot of people, which does help, but it helps, you know, slow down the rate at which they're massacring my base, but it's still not the best. So we can sort of one by one cut our way through these guys. And if I don't quite kill them, this is one of my favorite, like, fatality is one of my favorite abilities, because it basically lets you all, because what you're doing all the time, like, I think the enemy health is often tuned in such a way that that you just keep almost killing people, but not quite, and needing to spend an entire precious action killing the next one, and it can be really rough. And so that does a really great job of just sort of letting you. Okay, let's go over here. It does a really great job of sort of letting you. You just spend one, you know, perk point basically, and just eliminate all of those cases where you just frustratingly were unable to you know, lose the enemy their last couple of hit points. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to kill another enemy, but I can at least weaken one that's really close. And disappear. Okay. The ranks are thinning in the back, which makes me think that maybe this is the end of this wave. I'm hoping. Yeah, so these guys, again, are doing great. I almost feel like I should start trying to move one of those characters over here. Oh, wait. Oh, we got one enemy inside the base, which means we just got a little bit of panic, and I think we might either have just lost or be about to lose our top level reward. I wonder, can this character get close enough to help? I think they can. Yeah, I'm going to run this character down because they've got the sprint ability, which means I can cost them some of their health to get a little bit more movement. And then they can grapple and yank themselves forward to hit that character. And now we're here. Let's, actually, I think, let's sprint again. Can I get close enough? Oh, I can almost, oh yes, okay, check it out. Yes, this is what I need to do. Shotgun those enemies. Okay, so now, and actually, I guess I should take out a couple more. Oh, just one more. That's all I had the action points for. Okay, now we're suddenly looking much, much better. We can fatality that guy. We can shoot through that guy. We can fatality that guy. Oh, that guy, I guess. That guy. We can kind of swath through these guys. And, oh, this is another one of those heavy armored guys. Well, you know, let's push pause on this guy and see what this person can accomplish. So, let's step out and propagate. And propagate again. Okay, that's starting to clear things out. Let's get a little bit closer. Oh, this shield guy is blocking me. We can take that guy out, I guess. And now we got one more attack that we can do. I think I'll be wasting it on this guy. I think we'll just bounce off his armor. So I think what I'll do instead is fatality this guy. And kill that guy, and then hide again. Whew, okay. I think that we just barely didn't get enough panic to trigger our first level of not getting prizes. So I think we might be okay if no one else flies through. These guys might fly over too, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. But meanwhile, over here, this character is now, yeah, this is what you get. You know, you show how competent you are, and now you have to do a bunch of work by yourself. All right, let's do that to those guys. Oh, come on. How much health do you guys have? Whatever. We'll be able to take these guys out next turn. Oh, wait. I've got an action point remaining? Who's got an action point? Oh, that character's still got an action point. What? I didn't know that. All right, shield guy. Whatever. It'll be easier to kill next turn. Right, I never did finish that character's turn. I'm glad they have those reminders. Okay, so I did manage to build one ballista, which is helpful. Okay, so let's have this person try to cut a swath through here. We can fatality that guy. We can kill that guy now that his armor's gone. That guy's all armor. He has almost no health. And I guess, yeah, final swath there. And then let's get this guy out here to pistol a bunch of people. Come on. There we go. I think that's everything he can do. Okay, we've got a busted wall here, so we're definitely going to try to avoid letting the enemies in through here. That guy out. Take that guy out, and then propagating attack. Almost took out everybody. You too. All right, we're going to stand in the breach, even though nobody's coming for us. This guy is just going to... Okay, yeah, so this guy is going to back up just a little bit. And then, let's see what we can accomplish over here. So we got this spear guy who's going to take forever to kill, but let's try to kill everybody else first. So, we'll do that. This person's closest, so let's put the effort into taking them down. I like that it really shows you the likelihood of killing an enemy. Like, when you're attacking an enemy, it shows a skull if you're definitely going to kill them, and a skull with a question mark if you might kill them. And like, I end up not... I don't do any math at all. I just end up sort of... just following those cues, which is great. It's a really great shorthand. Okay, so let's... I mean, I guess there's no huge difference between doing this and doing the other thing. I'll just do this. And then focus fire on this guy. Oh, man, he is super armored against this. Okay, this attack is not working on him. I'm going to need to use a different attack next turn. But, wow, these guys really cleaned up. I'm actually inclined to bring somebody back up to the other side. This guy who's good at sprinting, let's run him back up. We can spend all of our health on healing him later because nobody else got seriously injured. Okay, he's real close. He can help next turn. Meanwhile... Slash. 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 Right, I guess I might as well move everybody in that direction. Yeah, a bunch of people couldn't use their action points. I'm assuming this character doesn't have the range, or yeah, so we can't use our action points. So whatever, continue. Oh no! Don't attack me! No, hey, jerk! All right, fine. Point blank. Here goes your armor. Now that your armor's gone... Oh, right. You need to back up a little bit to use that ability. Now we're doing something. I think that was the last enemy. Yes, it was. All right. So, we leveled up 3 of our characters. That's good. And... did we just barely hit the panic level? Okay, I think we just okay, we got an A, because we got a small amount of city panic. But we still got a bunch of essence. It's pretty decent. Uh-oh. So, next round, they're going to be attacking from all sides, which is going to be a nightmare. So let's figure out what we're going to do. So the first thing we need to do is recover our characters. So they used a ton of mana during that fight. Turns out I've got a thing that can restore mana. So let's restore 12 mana to everyone. Let's grab some of our most important destructive characters and heal them. And then... but that's not enough. So this 1 mana shrine was not enough to recover everybody. So I'm nervous. I think I might need to... let's build a new mana shrine. Let's use some of our gold, build a new mana shrine, and also level it up. And now we can use it to restore everybody a lot more. Okay, cool. So we just used a bunch of our resources. Basically, so the way your town works is you've got workers that are created by houses. So you can see here, I just used all of my workers just restoring my character's mana. So I can't do anything else like mining gold or healing people, except for you get one free heal, and with the temple. So I'm going to do my 1 free heal on the character who took all the damage, but otherwise, that's all I can do with my workers. So we managed to get their mana up, but if I'd had a stronger infrastructure and more workers, I would have been able to do that a lot more effectively. Oh, so the Coalition the poll that he's doing is saying you're in a dangerous magical land. Which weapon will you pick up? Bow, longsword, sword and shield, spear, or axe? Honestly, probably spear. It seems like the one that, as a complete noob, I could figure out how to use the best, and it's about keeping enemies far away from me. So without needing to be as good at at range as a bow. So yeah, I would probably pick a spear. Okay, so other things that I can do. It lists conveniently all the things you need to do on the left side. So leveling up characters. This is the area where I'm actually most impressed at the improvements that they've made since the last time I played the game. So Shantala, this is my pistol person, but they use mana to do their fancy pistol moves, so I'm going to increase their mana. Basically, you always increase 2 of their attributes, but they always randomly determine which ones you can level up and to what degree. The blue ones are the ones that are the most dramatic level ups. So range damage going up by a significant amount, that's pretty good. I'm going to grab that one. And then you get to choose their perks. So originally there were a lot more perks on this screen. And they've really scaled them down and made each one much more effective. So the ranged ones are the ones I look at first for a ranged character. Okay, so this reduces the range of their skill, but increases their accuracy and the reliability, which is minimum damage. This character is more of a shotgunner, so I actually do kind of like that. I think I'm going to pick it, even though I usually don't like to reduce the character's range. That feels like it actually might be worthwhile. So let's switch to my next leveled up character. This is the character with the scepter that was doing that propagating attack. I can increase their health. I think I'm going with their damage. And then daily mana regen. So how much mana they get without me needing to spend workers on them. That's pretty valuable. So let's do that. And then amongst their perks, we can choose what? Let's see here. When I have 3 or less move points and I attack in melee range, that restores move points. That's good for a melee character. Crippling punch, glass cannon, so less health but more critical. I don't have a high critical chance though, so that would be less valuable for me. Lone wolf, as long as there's no one nearby, I do extra damage. You know what? That might come into play I'm going to have to spread out my characters specifically this next round. So that makes sense to me. This is the character with the book, with casting the lightning spells and the fireballs. Raising their mana, if we got no special ones, that sounds like a good idea. Stun chance. I don't think any of our abilities here have stun chance. That other character had stun chance, but that won't be valuable. So let's just go with increasing magic damage. And then perks. Every 8 action points, the next mana-consuming skill gets its cost reduced. That actually seems valuable, especially for a long haul like this next round is probably going to be. Okay, I've leveled up my characters. Let's also grab our item rewards from last night. An offhand axe. You know what? That might actually be pretty valuable. Do I have... Yeah, let's grab the offhand axe, because my character with the gun has not really been using their shield that much. They've been just avoiding They've been like holding off the enemies like crazy. So the offhand axe, giving them another way to do extra. But this adds propagation damage though. So this character doesn't have a propagating attack. Let's see, does another character have a propagating attack? And also, yes, actually, okay, so no. Let's not give this character the axe. Let's give Zaina the axe, because Zaina has a propagating attack that now will do more damage with each subsequent hit, because we've got plus 4% propagation damage. So that's good. Now let's spend some of our essence here. So when you kill enemies, you get this thing called tainted essence that you spend on long-term upgrades that actually that persist beyond individuals. So if I lose, I'm eventually probably going to lose the fight to defend this particular town, but all the things I unlock with tainted essence sticks around through multiple runs. So it's things like, for instance, unlocking entire buildings that I can build seems valuable, but also just a general upgrade to damage. Let's just do that. And then, so that's on the sort of evil flavored side. On the good flavored side, we've got achievements. So I hit 600 units with a propagation effect, so now I get profit items. I had a hero travel 20 tiles in a single turn. So now I get a new Omen of Leaps, which is like a thing that I can slot that does what? It upgrades the jump over skill for everybody. That's cool. All right, great. So my characters will be more mobile in combat. All right. Well, it looks like we got a 4-way tie with Coalition's poll about what weapons people would like to use. But if we count my vote, then Spear won. Well, I definitely think that Spear should win. So let's see here. So what else should I do? I've got a bunch of gold that I haven't spent yet. And so I can spend gold to build new structures, like a new gold mine, a new scavenger's camp, which will give me more resources in the future. But this next fight is actually going to be the boss fight, and I don't think that's going to be valuable. I think the best thing I could spend money on is new gear. So here we've got an offhand hammer, which gives you extra mana. That might be worthwhile actually for my pistol shooty type character. This one provides reliability and momentum, which is a thing I think my characters aren't using. A health potion might not be bad. An axe boomerang scroll. That's actually pretty powerful. Let's grab that. Okay, I guess that's what we're grabbing. So let's switch over to equipping these things on people. So this character gets the offhand hammer, which increases isolation, which I think is, I don't know, whatever. Mostly I just wanted to have a melee attack on this character. And then the axe boomerang scroll. So I think my character who does the least sort of wide-reaching attacks should have this. So now this axe boomerang scroll means that this character has got this. You can see in the description over there's a little red pattern on a grid that shows you what pattern of enemies this attack will hit. So this is giving my sword character the ability to hit more than one enemy at once, which I think is going to be pretty valuable for them. So, I mean, they already have an ability that hits more than one enemy, but it's very, very twitchy when and where you could use it. So let's sell this shield. And I don't think... Oh, and it unlocked a... What is this? Potion of Strength? It adds damage to people? Sure. I might as well just go all out and buy everything. So let's stick that in somebody's inventory. There we go. And I think that's all the... Oh, wait, no. I need to repair. I almost forgot to repair my defenses. So let's hit the repair button. And we're going to spend resources to repair the stuff that the enemies hit. And then let's restore a stone wall here and upgrade to a stone wall a lot of this stuff. Okay, so how many? I've got 183 materials left. Upgrading one of these reinforced walls to become a stone wall costs what? 15. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Basically, anywhere that doesn't have an object in front already protecting it, I'm going to definitely upgrade to a stone wall. And then I guess... There we go. I'll just try to piece in a few extra stone walls here and there. Okay, that's about all the stone walling I can do. Let's see. I think I can... Yeah, I think that's about it. I could put other little obstacles in front of stuff like that. I could put little guys out here. But I think that's about it. Okay. So, we are about ready for the final battle. Let me arrange my characters. So, my character with the sword probably needs the most help. So I'm going to put them on a corner. Maybe what I want to do is put the character with the sword in the place where they might be needed the least. And then I'll back them up with the character with the gun, who does a lot of damage over a wide range. Then that puts both of the propagating attacks on this side. That feels a little wasteful. So why don't I switch... I'll switch this one and this one. Okay, so basically I've got them on the corners now. So whatever pattern the enemy attacks in, I can sort of decide where to distribute my guys once I see where the enemy is. Because right now I just don't know which side is going to get the most enemies on it. Because sometimes they'll be a little bit uneven. So I think we're all set up and ready to go. But it has been 45 minutes since I started streaming, which means I think that we need to make this a cliffhanger. So, because yeah, I might not even have time right now to get through the entire boss battle. So why don't we end this episode here and we will pick this up in a later episode. So, if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'll put a button right there for you. I'll put the next episode with the last spell right here, and we're going to fight that boss battle and see if I have any hope of winning.